Forget what you think you know about global empires. History often tells us a tale of Western expansion. But what if the currents of destiny carried a different fleet to the world's most isolated archipelago? In this alternate timeline, a world of speculation, not recorded history, we ask, what if Joseon Korea colonized Hawaii? Image_shorts_1. A lone Joseon-era figure seen from behind, silhouetted against the sunrise over a vast unknown ocean horizon. One hand shading their eyes. Cinematic vertical composition. Mysterious and exploratory mood. Image_shorts_2. Two robed Joseon scholars seen from behind, walking toward a large intricate world map unfurled on a scroll, inside a dimly lit royal study chamber. Lantern glow, tense discovery atmosphere, vertical composition. Image_shorts_3. Extreme close-up of an ancient wooden navigational instrument, and compass-like artifact, weathered surface, salt stains, carved markings, shallow depth of field, no people, vertical composition. For centuries, the Korean peninsula looked inward, fostering a rich culture and advanced sciences, while remaining largely content within its borders. But in one twist of fate, fragments of distant charts and rumors of lands beyond the Eastern Sea reached the royal court. A decree born from ambition, scientific curiosity, and the search for rare medicinal plants pushed Joseon ships further than ever before. Image_shorts_1. Silhouette of a Joseon ship mast and sails against a dramatic sunset, intricate rigging, strong wind, ocean spray, vertical composition, no visible faces. Image_shorts_2. Joseon sailors seen from behind on a ship deck at night, studying a star chart under lantern light. Celestial navigation tools nearby, no faces facing camera, vertical composition. Image_shorts_3. Detailed close-up of thick woven hemp rope, weathered by salt and sun, coiled on a wooden ship deck, cinematic macro texture, no people. Imagine a Joseon Korea not as the Hermit Kingdom, but as a maritime power armed with advanced astronomical knowledge and shipbuilding innovation. What would happen when their eastward voyage, driven by curiosity and calculation, finally met the shores of the distant Hawaiian Islands? Image_shorts_1. A Joseon explorer in historical attire standing on the bow of a ship, arms slightly outstretched, gazing toward a newly sighted landmass on the horizon, dramatic wind, vertical composition. Image_shorts_2. Two Hawaiian warriors seen from behind on a black sand beach, watching an unfamiliar Joseon ship appear on the distant ocean. Respectful depiction, vertical composition. Image_shorts_3. Close-up of fine black volcanic sand glistening under the sun, tiny seashells embedded, ocean foam at the edge, no people, vertical composition. Our story begins in the early 15th century, during the reign of King Sejong the Great, a time of unprecedented scientific and cultural flourishing in Joseon, Korea. Inspired by fragmented foreign charts, celestial observations, and the search for rare medicinal plants, a new royal decree sanctions ambitious maritime expeditions beyond the known eastern waters. Leading this pioneering fleet is Admiral Yi Sun-ho, a brilliant navigator and scholar, tasked not with conquest but with exploration and peaceful diplomacy. His vessels, purpose-built for the open ocean, carry advanced celestial navigation tools, royal cartographers, and a mandate to map what lay beyond the horizon. Meanwhile, thousands of miles across the vast Pacific, the Hawaiian Islands thrive as a patchwork of independent chiefdoms, each with its own proud lineage, sacred traditions, and political rivalries. The island of Maui, ruled by the powerful chief Kahele, stands unknowingly at the edge of an unimaginable encounter. After months of perilous voyaging, battling storms and navigating uncharted waters, Admiral Yi's led vessel, the Haedong, sights land. It is the spring of 1421, and the peak of Haleakala rises on the horizon, an island unlike any they have ever documented. The sight of the massive multi-sailed Joseon ships causes a stir among the Hawaiians. Chief Kahele, wary but curious, dispatches a fleet of war canoes to observe the strange newcomers from a distance, their paddles cutting silently through the turquoise waters. Admiral Yi, adhering strictly to his mandate of peaceful contact, orders a small boat lowered. A delegation goes ashore, bearing gifts, silk, ceramics, and a scroll painting of Joseon's landscapes. Their first steps onto the black sand are met with a mixture of awe, suspicion, and apprehension. Initial interactions are strained, hindered by language barriers and fear of the unknown, yet cautious curiosity slowly opens a fragile bridge. Joseon envoys study unfamiliar plants and coastlines, while Hawaiian elders examine the strangers, tools, clothing, and star maps with equal fascination. Chief Kahere, intrigued by the promise of new knowledge and goods, permits the Joseon to establish a temporary encampment for repairs and study. He sees potential alliances and resources, unaware of the profound shift this contact would soon bring, but this was only the beginning. As weeks turn into months, the Joseon presence solidifies. More ships arrive, bringing settlers, craftsmen, and officials. A semi-permanent trading post rises on the coast, named Taegeuk-do, Sea Gold Island. Its purpose is framed as trade and learning, but its footprint begins to press against local life. The Joseon introduce new tools, surveys, fishing methods, and rice cultivation in terraced fields. These systems increase output, but they also disrupt traditional Hawaiian land and water use. What begins as innovation soon creates unequal trade, labor demands, and economic imbalance. While some Hawaiian chiefs welcome the advancements and new trade opportunities, others, like the powerful Chief Kana of Kauai, see something darker. To him, this is not progress. It is a slow erosion of sovereignty, lineage, and cultural identity. Tensions rise as Joseon demands for land, timber, and harbor access become more insistent. The breaking point comes at a sacred fishing ground tied to ancestral rights and chiefly authority. When Joseon guards attempt to enforce new boundaries, a confrontation erupts. Crossbows, spears, clubs, and the smoke of early Joseon hand cannons turn a dispute into the first bloodshed between the two cultures. The idyllic facade of cooperation begins to crack. Admiral Yi, now Governor Yi of Taegeuk-do, attempts to mediate, but the political reality has changed. Joseon's mandate for a strategic Pacific outpost now clashes with Hawaiian independence. Across the islands, whispers of rebellion spread, fueled by Kana's growing influence. The fragile peace shatters. Chief Kana forges an unprecedented alliance with several island chiefs and launches coordinated attacks on Joseon outposts across Maui and Oahu. The War of the Pacific Dawn has begun, a desperate struggle for autonomy. The Joseon forces, though superior in crossbows and early firearms, are unprepared for the terrain and the speed of Hawaiian resistance. Jungle paths become traps, supply lines vanish, and isolated garrisons begin to fear the landscape itself. Governor Yi faces a critical dilemma: call for massive reinforcements from Joseon, risking a costly war of conquest, or seek a different path. The distance from Korea makes direct military subjugation a logistical nightmare. In a desperate gamble, Yi dispatches envoys to Chief Kiawe of Hawaii Island, a rival of Kana. The proposal is radical. Instead of conquest, Joseon would recognize Kiawe's sovereignty and provide military aid against Kana in exchange for a strategic alliance, port access, and trade concessions. Chief Kiawe, ambitious and pragmatic, sees an opportunity to unify the islands under his own rule with Joseon backing. But to many of his own people, the agreement looks like betrayal. The Hawaiian alliance fractures along fault lines that would take generations to heal. His decision shifts the balance of power forever. The arrival of Joseon-supplied weapons and tactical support transforms Kiawe's warriors into a formidable force. The tide begins to turn, as Kana's fighters, though brave and deeply rooted in the land, struggle against the combined weight of Joseon technology and Kiawe's growing army. The climactic battle unfolds on the slopes of Mauna Kahalawai on Maui. Dust, smoke, and volcanic earth fill the air as Joseon and Kiawe's forces corner Kana's remaining resistance. It is no longer just a battle for territory. It is a struggle for the soul of the islands. As the sun sets on that fateful day, Chief Kana is captured, his rebellion crushed. The unified Hawaiian chiefdoms now face a new reality, not under a single independent Hawaiian ruler, but under the watchful eye of powerful, distant allies. Alcide, Joseon has won, not through outright conquest, but through a more durable strategy of indirect control. It has chosen the ruler, secured the ports, shaped the laws, and rewritten the balance of power. The islands are now firmly within Joseon's orbit. But what kind of future awaited this newly integrated territory? With Kiawe established as paramount chief under Joseon's guidance, the archipelago is officially renamed Taegeuk-do, Island of the Supreme Ultimate, a strategic gateway to the unexplored Pacific. Joseon's rule in Hawaii was not a simple story of conquest. It was quieter, more strategic, and in many ways more enduring. Ports, schools, alliances, taxes, and laws gradually reshaped the islands. Military garrisons, administrative centers, and advanced port facilities transformed Taegeuk-do into a vital hub for trade and naval power. Korean language and Confucian education are introduced, taught alongside selected Hawaiian traditions. Over time, a Creole language blending Korean and Hawaiian emerges among a growing mixed heritage population. The islands become a unique cultural synthesis, but one shaped by unequal power. Economically, Taegeuk-do flourishes. Joseon brings metallurgy, ceramics, textile production, and administrative systems, while Hawaii provides timber, agricultural goods, carved wood, featherwork, and rare Pacific products. The islands become a key waypoint in Joseon's growing Pacific trade network. But progress comes at a cost. Traditional Hawaiian land systems give way to Joseon administration. The power of the ali'i, the Hawaiian nobility, fades into a Joseon-centered bureaucracy. Beneath the order of new roads, ports, and festivals, resentment survives, and those who resist face swift response. Over generations, distinct identities begin to blur. Many Hawaiians adopt Korean names and customs, while Joseon settlers embrace island spirituality, foodways, and communal living. A new Korean-Hawaiian identity emerges, neither fully one nor the other. The colonization of Hawaii changes Joseon itself. Wealth, timber, ports, and Pacific access transform the kingdom into a regional maritime power, rivaling Japan and influencing trade routes far beyond East Asia. But expansion brings new dangers. A powerful Joseon presence in the Pacific alarms neighboring powers. China and a rising, unified Japan begin to see Taegeuk-do not as a distant island colony, but as a strategic threat. By the 18th century, Taegeuk-do has become a vibrant multicultural society. Festivals blend Joseon music, Hawaiian dance, Confucian ceremony, and island spirituality. It is neither purely Korean nor purely Hawaiian, but something born from first contact, conflict, adaptation, and memory. The indigenous language, Olelo Hawaiian, survives under pressure. Though Korean becomes the language of administration and commerce, Hawaiian storytellers, priests, and scholars keep oral traditions alive, passing memory from one generation to the next. The story of an isolated paradise is forever changed. In this timeline, the Pacific is not solely a European or American stage. It becomes a vast ocean tapestry, where an East Asian kingdom and Hawaiian island societies are woven together by exploration, ambition, alliance, and loss. This alternate history challenges our assumptions about who colonizes whom. It reminds us that history is not a predetermined path, but a confluence of choices, ambitions, accidents, and voyages that might have gone another way. Every empire has a story history forgot. This has been Historix Vault. More are coming. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.